Hey guys, so in this video we will try to understand binary search. Now, how I feel binary search, it's nothing but the art of search space elimination. All right. So let's just move ahead with what actually binary search is and how much power it possesses. So this is the most basic binary search problem that you will encounter, but it's a good problem to understand the gist of binary search. So basically, the problem is you are given an array that is sorted in increasing order. So let's just say for an example, you are given an array 1, 3, 7, 9, 18, 33, and you are given a target value. Let's just say in this case, I have given you target value 9. You have to determine if this particular target value is present in the array or not. So for example, if I'm looking for target value 9, I know this is present in the array. So for this case, answer will be true. All right. Now, let's say for a target value 10, I know this is not present in the array. So for this target value, the answer will be equals to false. So I hope this much is clear. So for those who have not seen this problem before, you might want to pause the video for a moment and then you can continue with the solution. Alright, so before I jump into the binary search problem, one trivial approach that might come to your mind is I can iterate this entire array searching for this target value, and if I find that target value, I can return true, and this approach will work just fine. The only issue with this approach is a time complexity. It has a linear time complexity, that is O of n runtime. All right. And what binary search offers is way better than this linear time complexity. So let's just see what how binary search actually improves this linear time complexity. All right. So basically, we will try to understand the binary search approach with the help of an example over here. So let's just take a trivial example like 1, 3, 7, 18, 19, 22. Let's just say the target value is 18. All right. In this array. So basically, whenever you solve a binary search problem, you lay down a sample space or the search space, not a sample space. You lay down a search space. So initially, my search space will be entire array. All right. So how am I going to represent my search space? I'm going to represent it with the help of two pointers. So the left end of the search space will be represented by L equals to 0. I will initialize it with L equals to 0, and the right end I will initialize it with R equals to, let's say, the length of the array minus 1, that is equals to 5. All right. So the two pointers are pointing at this position right now. All right. So now I have my search space. Now what I will do is I will try to at each iteration I will try to find the mid value of this search space, that is L plus R by 2. Let's represent this with value M. All right. So in this case it will be equals to 0 plus 5 by 2, that is equals to 2. All right. So the mid element will be pointing at the second index, that is at the value 7. All right. And here is where mid is pointing right now in the first iteration. All right. So I compare 7 with the target value. All right. So I compare 7 with the target value and I know that 7 is less than the target value, that is t. So I know since 7 is less than the target value, all the indices with all the indices less than equals to m, they will also be less than 18. That's for sure. So it means that all such j can be eliminated, and my end answer will not be present in them. All right. So this is how binary search works. So what binary search does, it eliminates half of the sample space in a go. All right. So I know that this entire part of this search space is useless for me and I'm not going to find my target value in there. All right. So what I do is I just increment the value of L to m plus 1. That is, I modify L equals to m plus 1. All right. So the new L will be pointing at 18 now. Okay. And its value will be equals to m plus 1, that is equals to 3. All right. So I'll just clean this up so that I can make some space. All right. So I hope you guys are getting the gist of the algorithm. All right, so let's just say that I have already eliminated this part of the sample space and I'm no longer interested in them. All right, so now my new sample space is L equals to 3 to 5. All right, so the new value of M for this will be 3 plus 5 by 2, that is 8 by 2, that is 4. So my new M will be pointing to 19. All right, so M will be equals to 4. Now what I will do is I will compare this 19 to the target value. All right, so I know that 19 is greater than target value, so I know that all the indices j such that j is greater than equals to M and j is less than equals to R, they will always be greater than the target value. So I will not find my answer in there, so I can eliminate them right here. I can eliminate all such j's which are greater than equals to M and less than equals to R. So I will just eliminate them now, and R will be updated to M minus 1. So the new value where R will be pointing will be 3. Now this is my last iteration over here. All right, so I'll just clean this up again. All right, so cleaning this all up. Okay, now L is equals to 3 and R is equals to 3 as well. So my sample space is 3 to 3. All right, then the new value of M will be 3 plus 3 by 2, that is 3 itself. Then I have the value at index 3, that is 18. All right, so basically I will compare this 18 with the target value and I find that 18 is equal to target value. So now I know that this 18 is present in the is present in the array itself, so I will return true. That is, I found a hit over here. So this is how binary search works. So just to sum it up again, at each step you reduce the size of the sum of the search space by 2. All right, so let's just say that initially the size of the search space of was n. So the total number of iterations is at each step you will reduce the size of the search space by 2. The total number of iterations that you will make in worst case will be log of 2n. So the time complexity will be O of log n. That's where we get our time complexity from for the binary search, and that's how you improve from the linear search time complexity of O of n to O of log n. All right, so we will just have a look at another dry run to just to give you a better clarity of how binary search works, and then we can move ahead with the coding part. All right, so let me just make some space. Let's just take some another array for better example. So let's say the array is over here is 1, 3, 9, 13, 18. It's an array of size 5, and let's say the target value is 10. That is not present in the array. So in this case I should be able to determine that the target value is not present in the array in log n time. So let's see how we do that. So just like the last time, I will just set up my search space. So initially my search space will be L equals to 0 and my R value will be 4. So all the values of I from L to R, that is from 0 to 4, will fall in my search space. All right, then just like the last times, I will take I will find the value of mid element, that is equals to L plus R by 2, that is 2 in this case. All right, so for this iteration my mid will be pointing to index number 2, that is 9 in this case. All right, then I will compare 9 to 10 and I know that 9 is less than 10. So I know that I need to eliminate all the indices that are less than equals to M. All right, so basically this entire space will be eliminated and L will be updated to M plus 1. So my L will be shifted to 13. All right, that is index number 3, and my R is still pointing at 4. So basically, let's just clean this up now. So the new value of L over here equals to 3. All right, now I will find the value of mid again. Okay, so that will be equals to 3 plus 4 by 2, that is 3 itself. All right, so now if you compare the value of the mid element, it is 13, and I know that 13 is greater than, if you notice, 13 is actually greater than 10. All right, so all the values, all the indices greater than equals to m must be eliminated at this point. All right, so basically the index 3 and 4, both of them will be eliminated now. All right, so now and R will be updated to m minus 1. All right, so R is updated to 2 over here. Now if you notice, since L is greater than R, it means that we are left with no search space at all. That is, we have exhausted all the elements completely, and we were not able to find our target element T as well. So in this case, we need to return false. So this is how binary search works for this problem. Now let's just see how we code this up. Even coding this up is not a very difficult thing to do. So I'll just try to explain it briefly. So let us get started with coding of the binary search problem. All right. So basically, I will write a C++ style code. So I'll create a function over here. Let's call the function as search array. It will take in an array as an input, and it will also take in the size of the array as input, and it will also take in the target value as an input. All right, now I will initialize the search space. All right, so the search space will be equal to int L equals to 0 and R is equals to n minus 1. All right, now I need to run the iterations while L is less than equals to R, just like we did till now. I need to run the loop while L is less than equals to R, right? And each step I'm going to compute the value of mid element, that is L plus R by 2. Now I have the value of this mid element, so let's just calculate its value. All right, let's call it value at as x. So int x equals to ARRM. Now let's just compute this x with the target value. So if x equals to t, I need to return 1. That is, I found the value. 1 means I found the value. Otherwise, if let's say x is less than the target value, that is the mid element that I found, is if let's say it's lesser than the target value, then I need to eliminate all the indices that are less than equals to m. All right, so I need to increment the left pointer to m plus 1. All right, this happens in case the target value is greater than the value of the mid element. Otherwise, if x is greater than t, what I need to do is R equals to m minus 1. All right. Okay, so there is no space remaining at all in here. So what am I supposed to do? So let me try to make some space over here. So it will be hard to make up any space over here, so I'll just write it down over here. I cannot really do anything about it. Okay, all right. So if let's just say I was not able to find the element in here, in that case I'm just going to return 0. All right, so this is how I code up a simple binary search problem. So I hope this was crystal clear, the code and everything, and I hope you guys understood why how this code works in O of log of n time. So binary search, about binary search, it's a very effective like technique, and it can be used in at many places. This is one of the most trivial examples, but with time, when you start solving more difficult problems, you will understand the true power of binary search. And actually, it can be applicable at places you won't even notice, right? So there are many applications of binary search as well. So you might want to google them up so understand them better, and I'll also keep on posting videos about them as well. I will try to explain uh, all sorts of problem on binary search, including the easy ones, the most standard ones, and I will also include the hard problems on binary search, so that you can understand better. So that's all for this video, guys. I hope that you guys got to learn a lot from this one, and thank you for watching it.